Yes, good morning to one and all present over here. So, as we know, we have completed module 1 and 2 during the class hours, and we have completed our module 3 and 4 and 5 during the online classes. So, today we're going to start with module number 3, that is feedback amplifiers. It's very, very important, and we are going to complete module 3, part 1 in today's class. So, we'll start with the things. So, so what are the contents that we have to cover during our feedback? That is module number 3, part 1 is the first one is general feedback structure. The second one is property of negative feedback. Then third one is the four basic feedback topologies that we have. That is the series shunt, series. Third one is shunt, and last one is series shunt amplifier. And make sure that we'll going to do only the qualitative analysis with respect quantitative analysis with respect to all the topologies. So what we are that is general feedback structure. Coming across general feedback structure, we have uh, so this is the feedback system. In a feedback system, all part of the output signal, either are positive or negative, is fed back to the input. So all are part of the output, sir. That is, for example, if we are applying an input to V in, V in is an input. Is it applied to a circuit of op amp? Then V out is the output. At that moment, the entire output or part of V naught will be applied back to the input, and that is called as your feedback system. Coming across, the feedback system is one which the output signal is sampled, then it is fed back to the input in the form of error signal that drives the system. So in for example, in DSP also, digital signal processing also, we have that is feedback system or that here the output signal is sampled, the output signal is sampled, and output is, and that is fed back to the input. So next one is a what is feedback? What is the process in feedback system process? So the signals and such as signal processing part of the feedback system may be, it may be electrical or electronics system. It may be in any electrical or electronic system, ranging from very simple to high complex circuit. So this is the regarding our the feedback system. Coming across next, what we have the this is the general structure or the block diagram of the feedback system. Here, first of all, look at here. Here it is the input, that is theta I is the input, and we are giving it to the system, and we are getting the output theta naught. So theta naught is the output that we are getting. What we are saying that what is feedback system? Feedback is the entire output or a part of the output is applied as a feedback to the input. Look at this. This is my input signal, and this is the system, and this is my output signal system, output of the system. Then a part or a complete feedback, a part or a complete output is applied to the input as a feedback. So it may be plus or minus. So theta I is the input, theta O is the output. Either theta O or theta, part of theta O can be given as an input, and we are giving it as theta naught is equal, theta naught divided by theta I, that is gain is given by g divided by 1 plus or minus g of h, that is the feedback factor. This is open loop gain, where g is the open loop gain and h is the feedback factor. This is very, very important diagram with respect to the feedback system. Okay, once again, theta I is the input, theta O is the output. Either complete theta O or part of the theta, that is with respect to h, we are giving it as a input. This may be plus or minus. Plus is indicating positive feedback, minus is indicating negative feedback, and the overall gain can be given by theta O by theta I equals to g divided by 1 plus g of h. Next, what will so what are the basic characteristics of our feedback system are, look at this. It is a circuit character such as system and gain and response can be precisely controlled. This is very, very important factor of our feedback system, that is gain and response. For example, if you are working on a thickness of a paper. For example, if we are working on a thickness of a paper and we are using a system for that, we can control the thickness of the paper with the help of feedback system. If you want to either increase or decrease the thickness of the paper, that can be done. That is, circuit characteristics such as system gain and response can be precisely controlled. Then coming across second advantage, the circuit characteristic can be made independent of the operating conditions. So whatever the operating conditions that we are using for the circuit, that can be independent of the operating conditions such as supply voltage or temperature variations. So we can control with the help of feedback system. We can come up with the that we can make it independent with respect to the operating conditions such as supply voltage and temperature variations. Then coming across third advantage, what we are going with the signal distortion due to the non-linear nature of the component is used can be greatly reduced. The signal distortion can be reduced because we are working in a feedback system. There we can reduce the signal distortion. Either it is increase means we can reduce, either it is very less means we can control over the, we have a control over the signal distortion. Then last one is the frequency response and gain and bandwidth of the circuit system can be easily controlled. As we know that there are many parameters, operating parameters that we can control with the help of feedback system. That is frequency response, gain and bandwidth of the circuit can be controlled easily. Coming across next slide, this is, as we know, there are two types of feedback. First one is positive feedback, second one is negative feedback. There are two types of feedback in a control system. What is positive feedback system? Just we will have a glance over there. This is, here we are giving a input and here it is the output and we are getting a feedback through a resistor RF, and this is connected to positive. In a positive feedback control system, the set points and the output values are added by its controller, that is feedback in phase with the input. What we are saying, whatever the output that we are connecting to the input, they are in phase, means there is the phase of the input and output are remains the same. So then what it will happen, then the effect of positive or regenerative, the positive feedback can be called as regenerative feedback. It will going to increase the system gain. As we know that plus into plus will be always plus, so it will be increasing. So what is that? So what we are going for, we are going for a feedback that is a positive feedback. It is going to increase the system gain. The overall gain of the positive feedback applied will be greater than the input without feedback. When, for example, what it is, the summary what we can do from this is that the overall gain of the system will be more when we are applying the feedback compared to the feedback where we have not applied the feedback. That is, with the gain of the system with feedback is more than the gain of the system without feedback. So positive feedback will increase the gain of the system. This summary can we can conclude from this feedback. That is, for example, if someone praises you and gives a positive feedback about something, you will feel happy about yourself and or you are full of energy and feel more positive. This is an example I can quote for this thing. So what we can summarize from this, that they are in phase. The whatever the feedback that we are giving, both are in phase. That is, input and output are in phase. The positive feedback will increase the gain, and the gain of the system will be more if the positive feedback is applied than without feedback. And coming across next, what are the properties of negative feedback? As we have come across, we need to emphasize much on the negative feedback. And coming across the properties of feedback system, these are the properties of negative feedback system. What we can say, that is, in a negative feedback control system, the set point and output values are subtracted from each other as the feedback is out of phase with the original input. Look at the very, very important statement. What is saying is that the negative feedback control system, the set point and the output values are subtracted from each other as the feedback is out of phase. So here we are having, so as we have told in the positive feedback system, the both are in phase, but here they are out of phase. So that is the reason we are subtracting from the original input. The effect of negative or degenerative feedback is reduce the gain. So this is the major difference between positive feedback and negative feedback. When we are applying the positive feedback, the gain is increasing. Whereas when we are applying the negative feedback, the gain is decreasing because the effect we are subtracting the output from value from the input phase because they are out of phase. Because of negative feedback, it produces because of negative feedback it produces stable circuit responses. So what we can say, it is produces stable responses, circuit responses, improves stability, increase the operating bandwidth of a given system. The measure, that is, it will going to increase the bandwidth because it will not going to affect much on the bandwidth, and we are subtracting the output from the input. It is increasing the operating bandwidth of a given system. The majority of control and feedback system are is regenerative, reducing the effects of the gain. So this we can say from the negative feedback system. For example, if some criticize you, or they will give the negative feedback about something, we feel unhappy for that. So therefore the lack of energy will feel less positive. So this we can summarize from this, that in the negative feedback system, the overall feedback of the system will be get reduced, and because of a negative feedback system, the circuit response will be stable, and it will improves the system stability and increasing the operating bandwidth of a given system. The majority of all control and feedback system is degenerative, reducing the effects of the gain. Next, so what exactly the negative feedback system? So negative feedback system, it controls the amplifier is achieved by applying the small part of the output. Here what we, in the definition of the feedback system only, we told that what do you mean by feedback system? A feedback system is a system in which a part or a whole output is connected as an input. It is connected as an input once again, and it is given fed back to the input. Here what we are saying, in the negative feedback controls, it is achieved by applying a small part of the output signal, that is V out. The small part, that if we are considering V out as the output voltage, small part of that is connected and given back to the inverting terminal. Look at that, this is the difference between the positive feedback and negative feedback. Here it is, this is V out. The part of V out is applied to the inverting terminal of the system, system input terminal, via feedback resistor RF. So this is the negative feedback system. When we come across the positive feedback system, what we have done, there we have connected that the output is connected to the input to the positive terminal of the system. Here we are connecting to the negative terminal, that is inverting terminal of the system. Next, if the input voltage Vn is positive, consider if Vn is positive. Look at the scenario. If Vn is positive, the op-amp amplifier this positive signals Vn is, but because the connected to the inverting input of the amplifier, output become more negative. So we know that input signal is positive, as we have connected to the inverting terminal of the system. That's the reason the output will be more negative. As positive input is connected to inverting terminal, it will be more negative because it is acting as amplifier circuit amplifier. So input will be, so we are getting the inverted input. For example, if we are getting the positive input from here and we are applying at the to the amplifier, that is inverting amplifier, the output will going to be more negative compared to the input. Some of the output voltages are turned back to the input by feedback network. So the part of that output, that is the more negative in output, it is the part of that is connected back to the input through the feedback resistor RF. What we are saying, positive input, it is connected to the inverting terminal, so the output is more negative. The part of more negative output is connected or fed back to the input, that is inverting terminal minus, that is minus negative terminal of the system. Thus the output voltage is reduced by negative feedback system. So whatever the when we are connecting part of the output to the input, so automatically the more negative part become less. So it is reduced by negative feedback signal, causing that even smaller output, as so on. Eventually the output will settle down, become stabilized at a value determined by the gain ratio of RF by RA. That what we can say, for example, if I am applying the input of 5 volt at the input side, then my output will be just consider it as 8 volt. But it is 8 volt is minus 8 volt, as we are applying the input as to the negative terminal, the output become more negative. Minus 8 volt will be coming across that. That minus, out of that minus 8 volt, we are connecting or we are feeding back to the input. So minus 8 become, for example, the feedback network is supplying a 2 volt of output. At that moment, it become minus 6. That is minus 6. Again, we are applying input then. So the output become more stable compared to the earlier one. Earlier, when I'm giving an input of 5 volt, it is producing minus 8 volt. Right now the input remains the same, that is minus 5 volt, but because of feedback, minus 2 will be reduced from that, so that the output become minus 6, so it becoming more stable. Likewise, the input signal Vin is negative, the reverse happen. Same thing reverse happen when we are giving a inverted input. For example, if you are giving an inverted input at the input side, what will going to happen? You can see that negative feedback allow the circuit function as an amplifier so long as the output within the saturation limit. Whatever the scenario that we are discussed here, same will, it will be opposite of that when we are applying a to the when we are applying a negative input at the input side. Coming across next. So what are the, what, how exactly we can define, or what are the advantages of negative feedback system? But then we what can, if the loop gain is positive for any system, the transfer function, as we have discussed in the diagram of our feedback system, that is gain AB given by G divided by 1 plus G of H, where G is the gain of the system, H is the feedback factor. So the use of negative feedback in amplifier and process control system is widespread because of, as a rule, negative feedback system are more stable than positive feedback system. This is the first thing that we can conclude from our our discussion till that negative feedback systems are more stable than positive feedback system. Then negative feedback system is said to be stable if it does not oscillate by itself at any frequency except the given circuit condition. So when it will be called as more stable, when it does not oscillate by itself. So there should not be any oscillations or change in the frequency until it's the circuit conditions. Next, so another advantage of negative feedback is also it is more immune to the random variation in the components, values, and inputs. It is immune to the random variations. So where the frequent variations in the system, so that will not cause any kind of changes in the system. So it is immune to the random variations to the components, values, and the inputs. And coming across, of course, nothing is free of for free, so it must be used with caution as negative feedback is significantly modify the operating characteristics of a given system. So as we have discussed, it is immune to the operating conditions. The operating conditions will not cause major change in that. So we need to, what we, so that's the reason we need to use it carefully, because it can modify the operating characteristics of a given system itself. So we can say that from this slide we can summarize that the negative feedback systems are more stable compared to the positive feedback systems, and the condition for negative feedback systems that there should not be any oscillations. Expect it should not it is said to be stable if it does not oscillate by itself, means until the given circuitry conditions, and it should be more immune to the random variations. Whenever there is a variation, random variations in the system, it should be more immune. Then of course so we need, as the it is immune to the operating characteristics also, that's the reason we should be careful while using the negative feedback system. And that's the advantages of negative feedback system. Coming across the classification of the feedback system, this is the third point that we will going to discuss in today's class. First of all, we have discussed what is feedback system, then we have discussed what are the types of feedback system, then we have discussed positive feedback, then we have discussed negative feedback, then what are the advantages of negative feedback system, how they are effective compared to the positive feedback system. And the third part of the today's class is classification of feedback system. So how, based on the input quantity being amplified on the desired output condition, the input output variables can be modeled as either voltage or current. As a result, there are four classifications of feedback system. Coming across the classification of feedback system, we have classified them as four. First one is series shunt configuration. So what is that? Series shunt configuration. So it is the another name for that is voltage in and voltage out, or voltage controlled voltage source. So we can classify them into four. The first one is series shunt. I can say how exactly we can classify. I can classify in another means also. That is series shunt, then shunt series, then shunt, then series. These are the four configurations. But we will look out what there are another name for all the four configurations also. That is for series shunt, voltage in, voltage out, that is voltage controlled voltage source. Second one is shunt, that is current in and voltage out, or current controlled voltage source, that is CCVS. Third one is current shunt, current series configuration, that is current in and current out, that is current controlled current source. So these are the next one is series, that is voltage in and current out, or I can say voltage controlled current source, VCCS. So we will look out all the four classifications in detail in the upcoming slides. So what is the first classification of feedback system? That is shunt series feedback. So this is very important. I request all my dear students to concentrate on this slide, because if you're going to understand this slide, you will definitely going to understand all the four types of the feedback system. First one, what is that? It says that it is a shunt series feedback. What is that shunt series feedback? Look at that. At the input side it is shunt, that is parallel, that is shunt. This is the shunt. Then coming across series means this. Look at this, the output, the feedback network, it is connected to the output side, it is in series though. So and this is shunt series feedback network. And look at that, also known as shunt current feedback, operate as a current controlled feedback system. That is at the input side also current, at the output side also current controlled feedback system. The feedback signal is proportional to the output current, that is I naught, flowing in the load. That is, it is proportional to the I naught flowing in the load. The feedback signal is fed back in parallel or shunt with the input as shown in the figure. Look at this. This is the current input, and it is giving, this is positive side, this is negative side. That is current I at the input side, and it is we are giving it to the system, and we are getting the output current I naught through the resistor, load resistor RL. Then what we are saying, the part of output current, that is part of I naught, that we are considering in series, we are feeding back to the input, that is I naught is feeding back to the input. But here look at this connection, here it is in series, and we are feeding back to the input as a parallel input. So that the reason it is called as shunt series feedback, and it is basically a current controlled feedback system. So have understood? So once again I'm going to revise it. Look at this shunt series. Shunt means at the input side we are connecting in parallel, at the output side we are connecting in series. Basically this kind of feedback system is a current controlled feedback system. That is input side also current, output side also current. Look at that, we are giving an input I, that is input current I to the system. Then we are getting output I naught through resistor RL. Then a part of the I naught, that is voltage drop assumed here, the voltage drop assumed to be negligible. The part of the output which is taken in series is fed back to the input through the feedback network, and that is connected at the input side in parallel combination. So this type of feedback network is called as shunt series feedback. Next one, what is the shunt series feedback? So for the shunt series connection, the configuration defined as the output current output out to the input current. In the shunt series feedback, configuration of signal fed back parallel with the input signal, and such its currents So so back in parallel with the input signal and such its currents, not the voltage that add. So what is said, well, it is the series output is correct, it is connected to the feedback and it is given it in a parallel combination. The parallel shunt feedback connection will not normally affect the voltage gain of the system. So it will not affect the voltage gain of the system. So this is very very important statement. It will not have, normally affect the voltage gain of the system, since the voltage input is required. Also, the series connection of the output increases the output resistance. Look at that. It increases the output resistance and it decreases the input resistance. Look at that. That is current shunt series feedback amplifier increases the output resistance, whereas it decreases the input resistance. Then shunt series feedback configuration work as a true current amplifier. So shunt series feedback combination can be used as a current amplifier. It can be used as current amplifier, and the gain is given by AI, that is current gain. AI is equals to output current divided by input current. Next one. Next one is series shunt feedback system. Look at this as we have explained. So at the input side it is in series and the output side is in parallel. It is series in input side, shunt at the output side. As we know, series shunt feedback operates as a voltage controlled feedback system. As we have seen in the previous, it was current feedback system. Right now it is voltage feedback system. The error voltage feedback from the feedback network in series with input, the voltage with feedback from the output being proportional to the output voltage V naught, as it is in parallel and shunt connection. Look at that. We are giving the input Vi in series, we are getting output V naught. Then the parallel output V naught is connected as a feedback. That is the part of the output. It is given as feedback, and from the feedback we are getting a feedback voltage Vf, that is again connected in series. Then coming across explanation of that, for series shunt feedback configuration is defined as the output voltage V out is the output voltage is V in out and the input voltage is V in. Most of the inverting, non-inverting operation amplifiers. So in all the operating amplifiers, as we have come across with the most of the amplifiers in module number 4, all of them are using this feedback network. Here it is ideal input resistance Rin is very large and the ideal output ROut is very small. It is acting as a true voltage amplifier. Coming across with, it is acting as a true voltage amplifier. Earlier one, it is acting as a true current amplifier. So this is the second type of your feedback network. Then coming across series feedback network, that is series feedback network. What it says, that is current feedback. It operates as a voltage current controlled feedback system. Series. Look at this. At the input side also it is in series. At the output side also it is in series. At the input side, look at the in series current configuration feedback error signal is a series and input, and which is proportional to the load current I out. Actually, this type of feedback converts the current signal into voltage signal. Actually, feedback and a voltage which is subtracted from the input. Look at that. Here it is at the input side, Vi is sampled and here is given. It is in series. Similarly, the part of output, that is current I naught, it is been given it as a feedback. So coming across, both are in series. The series. Then what is the explanation? It increases the both input and output impedances. Look at that. The main thing regarding this kind of feedback system, as it is increases the both input and output impedance of the system. Therefore, the circuit works as a transconductance. This is very very important statement. That the circuit is act as a transconductance amplifier with ideal input resistance Rin being very large and ideal output resistance R naught is very large. So this series feedback configuration function as a transconductance types of amplifier. So for that, already we have discussed what is transconductance, how it will going to operate in the model number 2 itself. That is GM is the transconductor and it is given by I out by V in. And coming across last type of feedback system, it is shunt feedback system. Here it is also known as shunt feedback system. It operates as a current voltage controlled feedback system. Current voltage controlled feedback system. In the shunt feedback configuration, signal feedback in parallel. The signal feedback in parallel with the input signal. Therefore, the output voltage is sensed and the current is subtracted from the input current in the shunt, such as its current and not the voltage that can be subtracted. How exactly are you saying? The part of the output, it is fed back in parallel, and it the same output is connected, that is it will convert the output into input current fed back at the input side. How exactly we can explain? Look at this. Earlier one, it was a transconductance, but look at this kind of configuration, it is a pure trans resistance. For the shunt connection, the configuration defined as the output voltage V naught and the input current I in. As per the voltage is fed back current to the current driven at the port. Shunt connections, both input and output terminals are reduce input and output impedances. Both will reduce the input and output impedances. So that's the reason. Therefore, it works as a trans resistance system with the ideal input resistance Rin being very small and ideal output resistance R out also very small. Then the voltage configuration it has act as a trans resistance type of voltage amplifier. Therefore the trans resistance Rm is given by V naught V out divided by I in. V out divided by I in. So that's all about all the four configurations of your feedback system. Hope that all of you have gone through correct neatly. We're going to revise it once again. So first one, what is feedback system? Look at this as a part or whole or a part of the output signal, either positive or negative feedback to the given network. This is the basic diagram of feedback system. It is here it is a system, and the part of the output is given as a feedback, either it is positive or negative feedback system. Then coming across the gain and response can be the gain and response can be precisely controlled independent of operating conditions. Then signal distortion can be reduced, and the frequency response gain and bandwidth of substitute can be easily controlled. And coming across positive feedback, it is a part, this is it will going to increase the it will part of the output is connected to the feedback to the positive terminal of the system, so that it increases the system gain. The positive feedback system increases the system gain. Then coming across negative feedback system, here the part of the output is connected to the inverting terminal of the input, so that the gain is reducing. Then coming across the advantages of a negative feedback system, they are more stable compared to the positive feedback system, and negative feedback should not oscillate, they does not oscillate by itself. Then they should be more immune to the random variables. Then they will going to use, and we need to keep up track on that, because can modify the operating characteristics also. And what are the classification of feedback system? There are basically four types of feedback system, that is series, shunt, then shunt series, series. Look at this series, this is shunt series feedback, and explanation we have taken. Then this is series shunt feedback, explanation we have taken. Coming across series feedback system, explanation we have taken. The last one, shunt feedback system, explanation we have taken. Then first one, shunt series feedback, it is acting as it works as a current amplifier. Then second one, it is acting as a voltage amplifier, this one acting as a voltage amplifier. Then it is acting as a trans conductance. Then last one, it is acting as a trans resistance. So that's all about today's class. Hope that you have enjoyed the class, and I request all of you to answer the following questions, which I'm going to send in the class group. Thank you one and all.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sure.